Hello, people of planet Earth. Today actually started out pretty fantastic, actually. I woke up, of course, did not want to wake up this morning. Oh, look, I got a message from my mummy. Wow, it's really long. I'm not really going to read that just yet. But it is Friday before Easter, and let's see. So I mentioned 2 weeks ago on a Friday. Maybe I should start doing Fridays. I don't know. But technically today's Good Friday. Anyways, so 2 weeks ago, I told you that my parents were coming in town. On Saturday they came in town. They got here pretty early, so I took them out to the shack here in Missoula, which is like the place to go for breakfast in Missoula. We went there when they dropped me off at the beginning of the school year. And then they went to the hotel, or actually I took them around town for a little bit because I got here at like 8 in the morning and the hotel doesn't let you check in until like 11. So I took them, we ate at the shack, then I wanted coffee, so we went to City Brew, or Brew City. It's a local Montana chain. I'm going to screw up the name regardless of how many times people tell me it. Sorry. Then after coffee, we go to the Shakespeare and Company, where my mom finds these really cool books. Like, that bookstore has books for all of my family. My dad, who's into sailing and somewhat fictional characters. My mom, who really likes James Patterson. William, who likes dragons and like graphic novels. And then me, who is pretty much into the nature and science and getting in somewhat into the philosophical, not really, and of course fantasy. But so we did that. Then they check into the hotel, and we go our separate ways for a little bit, because we're both tired. My mom, when they get into town, I get a phone call, and I like jolt awake, because it's a Saturday morning when I don't really have to be up super early. And I jolt awake, she's like, we're in town. I'm like, cool. Wanna go to breakfast? Yeah, like, I'm dead in the morning. So after that, I come back to the dorms. I was going to go to bed, but then I had coffee, so I just didn't end up going. I did some homework, and then that night, the family and I pretty much just chill, because they drove all night Friday night to get here on Saturday morning. So we just stayed in the hotel and ate dinner. Then Sunday, we were planning on having breakfast there at the hotel, but I was like, it's my Sunday. I want to sleep in. So I slept until like 11, and then I go to the hotel and get food. And I don't remember what we did that day. Oh, no, never mind. Yeah, I do. William decides to stay at the hotel. And then my parents and I go to Rock and Rudy's. And I get some really cool new sunglasses that I like a lot. And then we do some just like run around shopping. Because my mom had to do some groceries. My dad and I had to fix some stuff on the car. So then that was Sunday. And Sunday evening, the whole family meets Kyle for the first time. And we go to... Oh, no, we hang out before... We hang out before dinner at the hotel for a little bit, so then like conversations can arise and just common interests can be told. So then after that, we go to Johnny Carino's for dinner, and that was really fun. Like, my family and Kyle get along, or they get along with Kyle, and Kyle gets along with them very well. And after dinner, we go swimming, which was a lot of fun. This is how strong Kyle is. He had me in a cradle. And we were in the water at this point. He had me in a cradle, William on his back, and he walks out of the pool on the stairs. Of course, he can't hold that much weight for very long, so he puts me on the chair, and then William gets off. But that was fun. We got to play dodgeball with my little brother's toys in the pool. And Sunday was a great day. Then Monday, since I have class, and it's one of my longer days, my parents went and did something, and then I take Greer to dinner to meet my parents because they've heard about Kyle and they've heard about Greer. So they get to meet Greer and they love her, and Greer loves them, and both Kyle and Greer both love my family, and my family loves them. So everything is cohesive. It's awesome. It's fantastic. Tuesday, Kyle comes again for dinner, and my mom's cooking. I don't remember what we had. My mom made stroganoff. Oh, we had enchiladas. So we had stroganoff on Monday, enchiladas on Tuesday, and Kyle, that was just fun. We didn't necessarily go swimming, but we just had fun. And then Tuesday, my parents went to the Rocky Elk Foundation Museum or something. Wednesday, my parents go to the bison range. Like, my whole family goes to the bison range. And then that's Kyle's birthday. So we celebrated his birthday at the hotel. And there's a video on Facebook. What did we have then? Oh, we had corned beef and hash. And then Thursday, I had an exam. So I forget what my parents did that day. But I had an exam, so, and it was in statistics, which meant it was from 6 to 7:30 in the evening. So it was kind of difficult to do dinner, or plan, or coordinate, whatever. So we just had leftovers, which was fine because we had plenty of them. And then Friday, my dad decides, like, we had come up, because my dad wanted to go to one of my classes, but when they were here for parent weekend, he went to my biology lecture. This time around, he went to my chemistry lecture and then to my acting class, because those were my only 2 classes on Friday. So my mom and dad come to the campus. Dad's dropped off at like 12:45, because that's when my first class was that day. We go and get breakfast, and then he goes to class. Mom and William go hike the M, and they made it a pretty decent time. I think they made it up there in an hour, and then back down in an hour. And that was fantastic. My mom finally got something off of her bucket list, and William was like running up there, and my mom was huffing and puffing, and so it's a hard workout getting up that hill. But my dad goes to chemistry and is talking about carbohydrate biology. I understand some of it because of my AP biology background, but not all of it. And then my dad, we were talking about cartilage. He understood most of it, but not the super technical stuff, of course. And then acting, my dad decided to sit in like the area where you start out in the beginning, but then everybody comes into the middle. My dad was just going to stay there, like in the stands of the area that we're in. And Greg's like, no, you need to come down, you need to come join the circle, you need to tell us something about yourself, like kind of what we did in the beginning of the year, at the beginning of the semester, where we introduced ourselves to something unique about us. And so my dad says, my name's David Koenig, I'm a diesel technician, and I wish I should have stayed in school to get a better job. And then Greg does the same thing, saying that he wants, like, that's the reason why he came back to school, is to get a better job. And then everybody goes around the circle, and I had to introduce myself to my own father. Like, I was like, okay, well, I'm Elizabeth Koenig, I'm in wildlife biology, and I freestyle hip-hop. Like, I had to introduce myself to my own father. That doesn't really make the most sense, but okay. So he had a lot of fun in acting. Since we're doing scene work right now, we're only working with one partner. And it's basically a blind date through an ad. So my dad met my mom through a blind date. So he gave great pointers to my partner, because I'm obviously the female character. And it was great. Like, the beginning of our scene, the way it's blocked, which means the way that we're set up, like how we act, like body language, is spot on. And then after that, we go to lunch. Friday, we had dinner with Greer, because originally on Saturday we were going to have pork chops and baked apples, and then Friday we were going to go to a game, but turns out that the game was on Saturday, so we changed the pork chops to Friday. So Greer comes and has dinner with us on Friday. And then Saturday, we were going to go to the game, but then we're all just like, no, because I have not had a time where I could just sit on the couch and watch television, like with commercials or anything. Like, I have not had that in a while. I ended up sleeping on the couch for like 2.5 hours. And then Kyle texts me, he's like, hey, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, nothing. He's like, well, you want to go to the mall? So I'm like, sure. He's like, okay, meet me in the 20-minute parking lot. I'm like, I'm at the hotel. He's like, I'll just meet you there. So we go there, we meet. We end up not getting anything at the mall. So he's like, oh, I need to go to Costco. Let's go to Costco. I'm like, okay, well, what car do you want to take? It doesn't matter. So we take his. And we're pulling into the Lowe's parking lot because it's right next to Costco. And his belt retentioner for the fan belt, and for all purposes, that's what I'm going to call it, fell off. And he had like some weird sounds going on in the car, and I'm like, ask my dad the question, he'll give you a good answer. He's a diesel mechanic, for goodness sake, which is like one of the highest levels you can get in mechanics at the Ford dealership. So we do that. I call up my dad, be like, hey dad, can you come here? I'm pretty sure the thing that keeps the belt tight fell off of his engine block or whatever. And so my dad comes, we go to AutoZone, he gets the part. Originally, he asked the clerk, and the clerk was going to have him order the part. And my dad's like, that's not the right part. It's not a V6. He's like, oh, okay. So he turns out that they had the right part on the shelf. So he gets the part. And the best part about Saturday was that to fix his car, it only costs the amount of his part. And to anyone who has had car repairs before, that is a fantastic deal. Like, to get the tools that we needed, we went to Lowe's and bought a set, and it breaks the second they use it. So regardless of that, they get the part back on, car's running, everything's fine. We return the parts, or we return the tools for our money, get cash back, and then we all go to dinner. Like, this situation could not have been better. And then they left on Sunday, so like I wake up pretty early to go have breakfast with them at IHOP. Then I'm driving, we drive them back, we say goodbye, and on the way back, of course, I cry because I miss my family. They were fantastic, phenomenal. I love them, and I was so happy that they could come. Like, it was just amazing. And then this week, Monday, I had an exam, which was super draining. Tuesday, I don't know, this week has been kind of up and down. The weather's been there too. Allergies are starting to come in, so I finally bought some Claritin, so I feel better now. And I don't know, today is Friday. Ryan is coming, who's Greer's boo, and I'm excited to see him again because I saw him over spring break. And this weekend's kind of up in the air. But yeah, that's my life since the last time I made a video. And yeah, hopefully you enjoyed it. Please, I would like some feedback, honestly, on if my videos are entertaining enough or if they're getting too long. Because I know I may not be the best storyteller. Just give me some feedback. Like, if you don't want to, that's fine. I completely understand. But just some random or critiquing would be nice. But thank you for watching, and I hope that the rest of your day, whether rain or shine, is fantastic. See you later.